Tonight on News Watch 13, we're discussing an award-winning book by Elizabeth George Spear, The Sign of the Beaver. The book is about a white boy and an Indian boy. The white boy, Matt, teaches the Indian boy, Etienne, how to read, while Etienne taught Matt how to hunt, catch food, and to make traps. In the book, Matt and Etienne tend to teach each other more stuff, which builds on their friendship.
We are talking about a particular theme in the book about friendship and trust. Trust is an important thing to have because it's what makes friendship. Etienne and Matt became friends because they built on their trust. As Matt and Etienne teach each other things, they learn to make the friendship go. They trust each other even more. The longer they stay together, the more their friendship grows.
For the next few minutes, we will be discussing the sign of the beaver. We're going to give you some examples of trust and friendship that we found in the story. In the beginning, on chapter 1, page 5 of the story, Matt's dad has to go get the rest of the family so he can bring them to their new home. After Dad and Matt have finished talking, Matt's dad hands him a rifle. Then, Dad says his goodbyes to Matt, and he leaves. Matt will not see his dad for a while. This shows that Matt's dad trusts him to take care of the cabin. Matt has to trust his dad to get the family. And then later on, Matt runs into an Indian named Etienne, and the adventure begins. This reminds me of one time when my dad trusted me to watch my brothers and my sister when my parents were having an important discussion. It felt good to know that my parents trusted me.
Matt tried to get the honey in chapter 5 on page 23. Unfortunately, Matt pulled off a piece of an old tree bark off the tree. The bees heard the tree bark snap and attacked Matt. Matt fell off the tree and ran into the pond. Matt tried to gasp for air, but his wet legs were stuck in the grass. So Etienne saved him. And on chapter 5, page 25. That's when the friendship begins.
That moment reminds me of when I was a little kid and I was about 2 or 3 years old, and I accidentally fell into my mom's pool. I was almost drowning, but my mom saved me. It was a very scary experience, but it made me smarter and more careful. I had to trust my mom to save me.
Thank you, Taylor. And hearing that kind of takes back some memories of when I was about 5 years old. I went to my friend's house and I jumped back in the pool. And I almost drowned, and I called for my mom's help, and she saved me. On chapter 15, page 72 to 73, Matt and Etienne are in the woods and run into a bear cub. In a few seconds, a giant bear pops out, and Matt and Etienne have to kill the bear. They use a bow, a knife, and a dead rabbit, and they kill the bear. Etienne takes the bear back to his tribe. Later, Etienne invites Matt to his village for a celebration for killing the bear. On page 74, Etienne told the bear that he did not want to kill it. Matt and Etienne trusted each other to work together to kill the bear.
Thank you, Gage. That makes me think of, at home I am building a fort with my friends, and it is really hard to build. We are not finished, and we want to build it exactly how we want it, and we have to trust each other to work together.
In chapter 21 on page 112, the old Indian man's Sockneys has invited Matt to move to a new location, different location with the tribe. But Matt says no because his dad could be coming home in any minute with the rest of his family. It's just like when you have to trust a friend to leave you to take care of their business. It reminds me when I met my friend Ty, In first grade, he wanted to be my friend, but when we got older, we became better friends. But the point of it is that Socrates thought of Matt as a trusted friend, and he was going to include a trusted friend to travel with them. It is like they are adopting him into the family and making him feel welcome. Matt was feeling welcome, but he couldn't go with Etienne's family.
At my old school, I met a person that I did not know, and we wanted to be friends, but I had to trust him to be a good friend.
Another example is I met a girl named Emma. We met on the monkey bars, and we didn't trust each other as much back then because we didn't know each other, but now we do.
Thank you, Deontay. So today we learned important things about friendship and trust with Etienne and Matt from our own life experience.
Did you guys know that the big idea of friendship is not easy, and you have to trust other people, and you have to work at it, and it's worthwhile in order to get good friends. Well, goodbye. And thanks for watching tonight on News Watch 13.